Psalm 125. Psalm 125 is one of 15 psalms that are referred to as the songs of ascent. Many scholars believe these would be the songs that would be sung by the people of God as they were heading up to the city of Jerusalem to attend one of the many festivals that the Jews celebrated. So you can imagine people walking along a dusty track surrounded by mountains and hills, singing these songs, and here is one that they would sing. Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be moved but abides forever. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people from this time forth and forevermore. For the scepter of wickedness shall not rest on the land allotted to the righteous, lest the righteous stretch out their hands to do wrong. Do good, O Lord, to those who are good, and to those who are upright in their hearts. But those who turn aside to their crooked ways, the Lord will lead away with evildoers. Peace be upon Israel. It's a number of years ago now, probably 3 or 4, when we were travelling on our way back from church, driving. It was around the lunchtime. We were listening to the news. All 3 of our kids were in the back, and Simeon, our middle child, was clearly listening to the news item. And he said, "Dad, is this world a safe place?" Felt like a pretty important question, a reasonable question to ask, to be honest with you. And internally, I found myself praying, Lord, you need to help me answer well, because this, for a child, he must have been maybe 8 or 9. This is a big deal. So I said this to him. I said, Sim, I think I'd want to say that this world is not a safe place. There are a lot of bad things that happen. A lot of things go wrong. A lot of people get hurt. And sadly, people hurt people a lot of time. This world is very unsafe at times. I was aware that Claire was looking at me at this moment thinking, that is the worst answer anybody's ever given to that question. But then I also said this, Sim, I would also want to say that this world is absolutely safe. It's absolutely safe because Jesus is present with us in every single moment of it. So it couldn't be more safe. And I guess this psalm holds in tension those two realities. This psalm is expressing the dangerousness and the brokenness of the world around. It's very unsafe. But also is declaring with absolute confidence that God is right in the midst of that and isn't going anywhere anytime soon. And then what this psalm does, therefore, is invite us to pray within that context. And what kind of things would we pray from this psalm in the midst of a world that is both safe and unsafe? Well, I think in this world we pray, Lord, teach us to trust you. Teach us what trust is and teach us how to really trust you. Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion. I want that kind of trust where I'm just like a mountain that ain't going anywhere because I'm clinging onto you. Also, you get this phrase in verse 4, upright in their hearts, or literally straight of heart. It's important when we live in a world that is both safe and unsafe that we don't get dragged down the unsafe road and therefore start living however we want to live in kind of, as the psalm puts it, crooked ways. Help me to have a heart that's always straight and set on course for your way of doing things, Lord. In the safe and unsafe world, teach me to trust you and live well. And as I'm learning this, the third thing I'm praying according to this psalm is this: would you continue, please, to surround me like the mountains I see around me as I journey on my way to Jerusalem? Would you surround me like those mountains and keep me safe within your grasp? So have a read of Psalm 125, and then I invite you to pray into these 3 things: trust, straightness of heart, and for the Lord's protecting presence to surround you at all times. Have a read. God bless.